Caring too much about what others think of us can impact our overall happiness and well-being in the long term. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 simple steps on how to stop caring about what others think. Number 5 is especially important, so make sure you stick around for that. Number 1 is to know why you care so much in the first place. This is really important to know. There are a few common reasons that come up in the sessions that I have with clients. They are the need for approval, imposter syndrome, and comparison to other people's situation and circumstances. Those 3 in particular, the need for approval, usually it's going to be something that happened in childhood where you didn't necessarily get that approval, or early adult years, and you're seeking that out. Imposter syndrome is feeling like a fraud because you've maybe achieved more success than you believe you deserve, and so you need to get everything perfect, and if you don't, then somebody's going to find out and it's all going to come crashing down. And comparison is constantly comparing yourself to other people, which in today's day and age is often other people's highlights reel. And comparing yourself to other people can send you off track from what you're really wanting to experience internally, which can then impact your overall happiness and fulfillment. Know why you care too much in the first place. Having that awareness is vital in determining the actions you're going to take in order to overcome that. Number 2 is to get clear on what you really want. When you care too much about what other people think, it can derail you from what would actually bring you a sense of joy, fulfillment, allow you to make an impact in the world, leave a lasting legacy. Thing is, these are your relationships. This is your life. This is your career or company that you're building, not somebody else's, yours. You can utilize the external world as feedback, but not as the deciding factor as to how you're going to live your life. Get clear on what you want. Write that down. Write down why you want it. Write down the actions that you can be taking. Build a sense of purpose around that. And this can happen over time. It's not, you don't have to come up with the answer straight away, but you want to be building a sense of purpose around it, because the grander that sense of purpose, the clarity that you generate about what you really want, then other people's opinions just don't seem to matter that much anymore. Number 3 is to take aligned action. Once you're clear on the direction that you're going and the actions that you can be taking toward that outcome, it's about taking the action. And here's the thing, I mean, that sounds pretty obvious, but it's about taking the aligned action, because if you don't take the action at all, or if you take action that is not aligned, then that's potentially going to reinforce what other people think. And it's going to make those voices louder and louder and louder. Instead, you want to be taking the aligned action over and over and over again that can allow you to reinforce the decisions that you've made. It's also going to allow you, because you've reinforced that and you're building the belief within yourself about what you're capable of, how you're taking the action, the outcomes that you're achieving, it allows you to determine from the external world feedback. Feedback is great because it allows you to see how on track or off track you are when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to your own life, when it comes to a career that you're moving into, when it comes to a company that you're building. Taking that external feedback on while not caring as much about what other people think is a great approach to take when you're taking aligned action. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for future videos like this. It really helps get these videos out to more people and only takes a couple of seconds. Thanks so much, and let's keep going. Number 4 is to be okay with making mistakes. If you care about what other people think too much, you're gonna need to get everything perfect, and that's gonna stunt your growth, which is then going to potentially reinforce the caring about what other people think, and have that, again, a louder voice in your mind, rather than utilizing the mistakes that you make as learning opportunities, as growth opportunities. Because here's the thing, it's not about just making the same mistake over and over again. That's the whole definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Instead, you want to take the mistake that you make, learn from it, grow through it, know that mistakes are simply a part of life, enjoy the mistake that you make. Yeah, it might be painful in the moment, but as long as you're learning and growing through that, you're going to become a much greater version of yourself much quicker than if you were just trying to get everything perfect because you cared too much what other people were thinking. Number 5 is to embrace your flaws. Now, I've got a little secret here for you. You're not going to be good at everything. You're not going to be good at everything. There are going to be some things that you absolutely suck at. Embrace that. Enjoy that. Laugh at that. The more that you can laugh and embrace your own flaws, the less of an impact that other people's opinions will have on you. Now, in this point as well, realize that there are just going to be some people that don't like you that much. As you become more successful, there's going to be people that like you even less. That's classic. Realize though, there are billions of people, so as you become a greater version of yourself, there are going to be people that align to that. Be yourself, be the greatest version of yourself, continue growing and evolving into that version of yourself, knowing that there are just going to be some people that are not that into you. Also in this point, realize that for a lot of people, they just don't care as much as you think they do. We like to think we're important, but other people have got their own stuff going on as well. So even if somebody says something that really impacts you and you really care about their opinion, realize that probably within 5 minutes, maybe even less, they've completely forgotten about it because they've got all of their challenges that they're working through in their own lives. Whereas you've kept it in your mind, worrying about it, thinking about it, reflecting on it. Remove that. Realize that people just don't care as much as you think. It's kind of liberating. What other tips do you have on how to stop caring about what others think? Post it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.